Making wine is a balancing act. If you pick too early, your wine might be a little too acidic with vegetal and green bell pepper aromas from the methoxypyrazines. Picking too late, aside from issues with disease and bird pressure, your yield might be smaller and the acid levels might be lower than desired, along with a foxy aroma similar to Concord grape juice.
Our experiment was early versus late harvest Cayuga White grapes. We picked approximately 200 pounds on September 12th, and then we picked another 175 pounds on September 29th. We had planned to wait 3 weeks after our early harvest to pick our second harvest, but because of unfavorable weather conditions, we decided to pick our second harvest sooner than expected.
After harvesting and processing, the juices from both early and late harvest were treated with 50 parts per million potassium metabisulfite to preserve color and prevent any microbial spoilage. Then they were both frozen until we were ready to inoculate them at the same time.
After thawing, we noticed a few differences between our early and late harvest juice. We noticed that our early harvest had a fruity honeysuckle flavor with some vegetal aromas similar to unripe green bell peppers. In contrast, the late harvest had some fruit with definite white grape juice aromas, and it was noticeably lower in acidity. When comparing color, the early harvest was a yellow-like amber color, while the late harvest was a dull yellow straw-like color.
Both early and late harvest grapes measured 16 degrees Brix, so sugar was added to raise both juices up to 22 degrees Brix in order to increase the final ethanol level to 12%. For our yeast, we chose Alchemy 1 for its good compatibility with cold hardy white grape varieties and its ability to enhance fruity floral aromas while maintaining fast fermentation kinetics. After inoculation, we monitored our fermentation daily. We knew fermentation was completed when the hydrometer read 0. We verified the end of fermentation with Clinitest tablets.
Immediately at the end of fermentation, we racked off the gross sleeves and added 50 parts per million potassium metabisulfite to both the early and late harvest tanks prior to sending a sample to ETS. When the results came in, we made another addition of potassium metabisulfite to bring both wines up to the target level of 0.8 parts per million molecular SO2.
Both early and late harvest wines were prepared for a tasting panel.
The wine tasting panel noticed a significant difference between early and late harvest wines. Post-tasting, the panelists told us early harvest was more palatable with a sweeter taste, while the late harvest had an undesirable taste, with over double the concentration of volatile acidity. They speculated that this was due to a formation of ethyl acetate, an ester found in wine. Normally undetectable, but at high concentrations can cause a magic marker or nail polish remover like taste. This was probably due to the high prevalence of botrytis at harvest.
Making a good wine is a balancing act, and harvesting at the appropriate time is a key component.
The Cayuga White grape was developed by Cornell University over 40 years ago, and it still remains a prominent French-American hybrid cultivar, shaping the New York Finger Lakes region.
Cheers!